Sabres are 1-3, and it's not been a pretty start to this season. I got some hype when we beat the Phillies. We shut them out. I was like, oh, wait, we're fine. And then the Phillies came back, and I was like, okay, we're back to the same old, same old. All right, everybody, welcome back. 42 North, 78 West show. So if you notice, I dug this hat out of the closet because, being a sports fan, I kind of gave up on the Sabres at one point in my life. And then you know what? I'm back.
Could hardly notice.
Did
you could hardly notice that you just pulled out of the closet.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Did you take that off a dinosaur?
It looks brand new.
Thank you.
Spanking new. Minus the coloring and the logo.
Let me see.
A little too dark.
Yeah. Oh, it looks fine. Yeah. It's fine.
A little too dark now.
It looks
I think it's just the lighting.
It looks black on the screen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're joined by Nick English. Nick, we're gonna talk some Sabres now. Thank you for also joining us for the football talk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So we gotta talk about some Sabres. So Sabres are 1-3, and it's not been a pretty start to this season. I got some hype when we beat the Phillies. We shut them out. I was like, oh, wait, we're fine. And then the Phillies came back, and I was like, okay, we're back to the same old, same old. But here's the thing. Washington Capitals are coming up. A lot of things happened with the Washington Capitals. So many that Ovechkin's breaking rules. You got goalie test positive. What else, Zach? I forgot. What was the other one? What was the guy's name?
They had four guys that were that gathered in a hotel room the other night, and then it was Ovechkin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, Ilya Samsonov, and Dmitry Orlov. And then Ilya Samsonov, their goalie, tested positive today, and then they were obviously all close contacts. So Washington got fined $100,000 for
Russians.
Yeah.
What are you saying over there?
I wrote here in my notes Russian.
You know the Russian
question.
the Russian hockey player stereotype.
So
Drinking a little too much vodka.
It reminds me of that Sports Center commercial with Steve Levy was with Ovi and Evgeny Nabokov. When they were
Russian
the
spies.
Russian
Russian spies, yes.
yeah.
That was, oh my God. Yeah, they had the best commercials.
They all gathered in the hotel room on inauguration day. What do you go figure?
And then, he yells down to Ovechkin, from the ceiling.
That was
They're
close.
That was close. And
Yeah, yeah, but here's the thing. I'm not giving up on them yet. Still, we're only 4 games into the season. I'm not giving up on them yet. Come on.
And I can't even complain about how they've played. Besides opening night, the other 3 games they've looked fine. They've looked like they can be a competitive team this year.
Now I got to bring up. There's something I got to bring up for the Buffalo Sabres. So if you all know, Olmark, he kind of had to take some time off because of a family emergency. He gave a speech on Sabres.com. Take about the organization understood and everything, which give a round of applause for the Sabres. Good job. You know what? That's the team just let him. He's
Yeah, it's about time the Pagulas did something good for the Sabres.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa,
It's been a while.
whoa.
It's been a while.
Bulls didn't.
We kind of
Come on, we did some.
we forget because their Bills have been very successful and we love what they've done with them, but we know that they've kind of let the Sabres.
It's so easy for me to flip
you
that switch with the Pagulas and loving them for the Bills and hating them for the Sabres.
Yeah. But
No. Hey,
let's send our condolences to Linus Ulmark and his family.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace to his father. That sucks.
It
Sad.
It was because they didn't really specify why he was out, but then when you specify finally why he's out, it's like, okay, now we understand, dude. Take as much time as you need. But
I started to think he was going to opt out.
oh, whoa. Thought he was gonna opt out.
Yeah,
Well, just because before today, I thought it was going to be, he wanted, didn't his wife just give birth, so he may have wanted to just stay home with the family.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I heard that. I just started thinking that he might opt it out.
That was I didn't want to speculate too much, but that was something that did cross my mind. I was like, that could be opting out, which would have been a problem. But now that we know why, it's like, all right, it's
but
very understandable.
Yeah, but now I sound like I feel like I sound mean when I'm like, well, if Marc Andre is kind of available, can we trade for him? But then it's like Allmark kind of was out, can't prove anything.
Will they take Ristolainen?
I don't know.
His look matches their jerseys.
I suppose, yeah.
Ristolainen's gonna end up retiring as a Sabre.
Oh yeah, him and Gergensen.
He's gonna find a way.
And Gergensen is going to keep on signing contracts with more and more salary for just because he's due a raise.
I mean, the thing is, so far, though, I can't even really complain too much about Ristolainen so far.
No,
He really hasn't been bad. Neither, I don't know if that's just a small sample size and we should be preparing for,
he always has glimpses.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've said at the beginning of the last couple, maybe it's just because the team as a whole has played, decent. So, like, beginning of the past 2 years, we were like, maybe he's not that bad. Maybe he figured it out. But
Now, Nick. So, what have you thought of the season so far?
It's tough with the Sabres because my gut reaction based on past teams just to go on a huge rant and complain about everything that's going wrong currently, even though they have played good. Like, honestly, they should probably be 3-1 right now. Obviously, condolences to Linus Ullmark. They still should have went and addressed the goalies in the offseason. Coming in with Hutton and Ullmark just to begin with wasn't smart. And then they brought back the same decor, and so far this year, they've actually played surprisingly, McCabe and Ristolainen have honestly probably been their best pair, which, if they end up being not your worst pair, that's good. But at the same time, Rasmus Dahlin has been really bad. He's been probably their worst defender. I know he's only, 20 years old and I'm sure he's going to be fine. And then I just haven't noticed anything out of either Eric Stahl or Cody Eakin. They're down the center guys. But on a positive, Dylan Cousins looks great. He looks like he belongs. I mean, it always comes down to you got to bury opportunities, and we don't have the goaltending to bail us out. We've seen it already with Hunt and Ullmark, where they played really well, but then we give up a puck and there's a breakaway. And obviously you can't blame the goalie, but it's you always want to save there. Miller used to bail us out all the time, and guys like Skinner and Olofsson have just been missing nets completely. And then obviously Jack and Hall are unreal. And the fact that they both have 6 and 5 assists, and they haven't they have one goal combined, the two of them. They're just gonna go above and beyond. I'm not worried about them, but I think they just got to beat the Capitals both these games. If you can't win both these games with the players they have out, that's a concern to me. So I'm gonna kind of wait till that 10 to 14 game mark before I make a proper assessment. Also, I think Jeff Skinner definitely I don't know if he dated Ralph's. I don't even know if Ralph Kruger has a daughter, but it feels like he dated his daughter and they broke up. And he's you're on the fourth line with Curtis Lazar no matter what.
Who do you guys think sits when Oposo comes back?
Probably Sheehan or Reeder.
I would hope not Sheehan because he's been pretty good. But I mean, someone has to sit. It's a tough question.
I think
it might be Skinner at this point.
Ends up being
Yeah,
Reeder.
really.
I think it might end up being Reeder too, but I also, at the same token, think that Ralph keeps him in the lineup because of his penalty kill.
Yeah, it's a tough decision.
But Oposo $6 million, he's going to have to play.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
But at the
All
same
right,
time,
it's
it's not like
a
they're
tough
undefeated and all this, and they have to keep the roster together.
No,
It's just
definitely
all right,
not.
throw some. But the thing is, it's you don't know who it's going to be because he's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cousins sits a few because they
I
talked
would
about the
agree.
beginning.
I agree.
I don't think it'll be Cousins, but I could see Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
Tayshaun
I only
was
say
fine.
Cousins because Kruger mentioned at the beginning of the year about he only wants him to play 40 something games because he's a rookie and they don't want to overdo it. But at the same time, I'm kind of he looks like he belongs. He's already probably your fourth or fifth best player because Stahl and Eakin and them haven't done anything. So why are you taking guys that can produce out of your lineup? That's just me.
Like you mentioned with our goaltending, we went into the season knowing that Ullmark and Hutton, that tandem could be a question mark. Now all of a sudden, right now, and it hopefully is only a short period of time, but we're sitting here right now with Jonas Johansson and Dustin Skarski. So, like you mentioned, these next two games against Washington with all the guys that are going to be that they'll be missing, it's still going to be kind of tough to win.
Unless
Well, hey, you made it this far. Hey, you might as well give us a like, or you might as well subscribe too. Please?
Please.
Please.